My name's Fiona Khan. I'm the head teacher at Bolsover Infant and Nursery School and the co-creator of Mini Climate Readers. Mini Climate Readers is a series of lesson plans, animations, comic strips that allow children of a very young age, of probably 3 to 8 years old, to access climate literacy, climate learning at an age-appropriate level with support for the adult, whether that be a teacher or a parent, to enable them to deliver climate learning that is age-appropriate to them. And we created Mini Climate Readers to support our school in delivering climate literacy to very young children. As a head teacher, I became an Educate Global climate change teacher, and all of the teachers in my school are climate change teachers, and we found that when we started looking at delivering the curriculum to the children, there was a gap where we had nothing, no resources that enabled us to really get to the heart of the climate matter with very young children at an age-appropriate level that included play-based activities that used the curriculum that was appropriate to them to engage in the topic. Mini Climate Readers is an online programme, so you'll be sent a username using your email and a password. Once you've logged in, if you're logging in with a school, you may need to speak to your network providers to unlock some of the videos and the content, so that when you come to deliver it in the classroom, all of those things are working. Once they've been unlocked once, you'll always be able to access them, but what we found is some of school networks, as a result of safeguarding issues, have blocked the content. And once that content's unblocked, you'll see that each of the lessons has audio programs, it has an animation, a lesson plan, a list of resources, and they're all broken down into a number of lessons. The best place to get started with that is to access the introduction. The introduction doesn't come with a video because the idea is that the teacher will introduce the character of Polo. There's a picture of Polo and a little story about where he came from, which is the basis for all of the lessons to come. Polo has set out on his journey as a result of the changes, the climate changes, to his own home. So the first few lessons is about understanding the impact of climate change on the icebergs, on the Arctic and on polar bears. Once the children have that good understanding, they can then move on to each of the lessons. Each of the lessons take children through a climate change theme with a case study of different countries showing the impact of climate change on those countries. This allows children to understand their place in a global world that climate change is impacting on. Each of the lessons can be shown as a video. There are lesson plans behind that which allow the teacher just to pick up and run with the ideas that are on the page. Once you've opened each of the lessons, it really is up to the teacher how you use Mini Climate Readers. The lesson plans are there as a guide. They're not to tell teachers how to deliver because teachers know what their children need in their classrooms. What the lesson plan's there for is to enable the teacher to not have to go looking for all the information they need. The first couple of pages are information about the topic you're going to be covering in the lesson at an adult level. This enables the teacher to have all the knowledge they need so that once the children start questioning and engaging with their learning, they can answer those questions confidently. The lessons then go on to talk about the learning objectives, what the lesson's big question is, what the vocabulary the children will need to become comfortable with. And all those things are outlined for the teachers so they can then use them in whatever format their school and their classrooms are used to put together their lesson. After that, there are a number of suggested activities at beginner, intermediate and advanced level, which allows the teacher to look at what knowledge the children might already have going into the lesson and what things she might need to develop. They're all ideas. Different classrooms will need different things, but it's for the teacher to take from that what they will. After you've done the introduction to the lesson, there are a number of extension activities for the children to do. Some might not be appropriate for your class, some might be too advanced, some might be too play-based. The idea is to give the teacher the stimulus to start looking at what their class can do. Some teachers might choose to use one activity and for all of the children to do that. Some teachers might do it on a carousel of activities, offering a number of activities for the children to do. Some teachers might use that lesson plan over a whole week. Some might do it in a day. Some might just do an afternoon. But the idea is that the teacher can take that lesson plan without any searching on the internet, any having to look around. All the resources are there for the teacher then to adapt to whatever the needs of their children is.